Today's lesson is on solving two-step equations. And when we solve equations, remember, these are our good old squiggle problems. Okay? Now let's just briefly go back for a moment and remember one-step equations, one-step squiggle problems. Let's say we had n plus 7 equals 15. So this was our squiggle problem. We do one step, we subtract 7. Remember, we always do the opposite. We're going to add the opposite. Okay, we're adding a negative 7. So these go away, and n equals a positive 8. That just took one step. Okay, well, what if I added a coefficient to the n? And instead of just n, what if I had 2n plus 7 equals 15? Well, we would still start the exact same way. We want to combine the whole numbers. That'd be the first thing we do. So we start off the same way. I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. All right. So this is our first step. So this is one step, just like it was over here, our first step. Okay, so this part goes away. The 2n comes down. Okay, we put our equal sign, and then we do the operation 15 minus 7 equals 8. Now we're not done because we have not isolated the variable. We did not get the variable all by itself, which is what we want to do. So we have to do another step. And to do that, we have to isolate the variable. We got to get the n by itself. This is a multiplication problem, so we do the opposite, which is to divide both sides by 2. So this is our second step. Okay? This was, I should have written, this is our first step. This is our second step, making it a two-step equation. This goes away, just like we did before. We bring down the n, put back our equal sign. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So the answer is n equals 4. So basically, solving two-step equations is just like doing, single step, the one step over and over again. Okay, let's try some. Okay, write this problem down. 5x plus 10 equals 30. 5x plus 10 equals 30. Let's draw our squiggle line. And the first step is to combine the whole numbers. So go ahead with the first step. Subtract 10 from both sides. Draw your line. This goes away. Bring down the 5x. Solve the operation up here. 30 minus 10 is 20. But we're not done because we don't have x by itself. The next thing we're going to do, divide both sides by 5, right? And what do we have? X equals 4. All right, well, that's two-step operation, but of course there's going to be lots of varieties of that. That was just with multiplication and addition. What if we had something that looked like this? X over 4 plus 8 equals 10. Copy that problem down. Looks a little weird, but we solve it one step at a time. Step 1. Put together the whole numbers. So we've got an 8 here. So we're going to do the opposite. Okay, the opposite. That goes away. What do we do with this? Bring it down, because haven't done anything with it yet. Equals 10 minus 8 is 2. Now, what do you remember about this? All right, we got the 4 on the bottom. We got to get rid of it. All right. And this is a division problem. So we're going to do the opposite, which is multiplication. And we want to get that 4 away, so we're going to multiply. Remember, this has got a 1 here. So we just flip it, and when we flip it, it turns into 1 because these cross out and the 1s cross out, and all we're left with is the x. However, whatever you do to one side, you've got to do to the other. All right, and even if we put a 1 underneath there, the answer is still going to be the same. So let's bring down our x. 2 times 4 is x equals 8. Now we can check to make sure that this is true. The way we check it is plug it in. Let's take that x equals 8 and plug it in over here. 8 divided by 4, come on, that's plus 8, does that equal 10? Let's see, 8 divided by 4 is 2. 2 plus 8, does that equal 10? Yes, it does. We've got the right answer. Okay, let's do some more 2-step operations. All right, write this problem down. 5 plus c over 3 equals 4. Looks different from what we've done. All right, first thing is to put together these whole numbers. Now think about it. We're going to add the opposite. We always do the opposite. Now this is really a positive 5, isn't it? We don't have to put it there, but that really is a positive 5. So we are going to do the opposite, which is to add a negative. Whoops, didn't want that to go away. We want to add a negative 5. Let's try this. There we go. So we're going to do the opposite. So really I'm adding a negative 5, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay? Imagine that was a positive, negative, and these guys cancel out. So I bring down my c over 3, and then I have to do this operation. 4 minus 5. Remember when this 4 minus 5, it really is 4 plus a negative 5. We just did this with our proficiencies. When we have one of each, we subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. And then we go back. Which one has the highest absolute value? It's the negative, so this is a negative 1. So 4 minus 5 is negative 1. But we're not done, even with all that extra work, because we still don't have our c all by itself. So what do we do to get rid of that 3? Think about it. It's division, so we're going to multiply both sides by something, and what is that going to be? Whatever is on the bottom here, right? 3. So I multiply this by 3. This goes away, and I have to bring back my c equals, okay, this goes back to our rules again, a negative times a positive. So 1 times 3 is 3, we know that, but is it going to be a positive or a negative? Well, we only have 1, and there's an odd number, so if there's an odd number of negatives, then the answer is negative. So the final answer, c equals 3. Alright, so when you throw in the negatives, you just have to be careful, but it's still just 2 steps at a time. 2 steps, solving 2-step equations. Alright, I'm going to put up 2 problems, and I want you to, after you finish writing them, pause, and then when you've got the answers, play again. All right? All right, here they are. Copying them down and then solve. Look at the notes we just did and then start it up again when you think you've got the answers. All right, pause it now. All right, look over the steps. This here, the first step. How'd you do on the first step? And then this was the second step. Did you get n equals 60? Over here, here is our first step, adding 4 to both sides. And then our second step, which was to divide both sides by 2. Did you get that? All right. So those are 2-step equations. Okay, and tomorrow we will practice some more. All right, good job. See you tomorrow.